Okay, after a little bit of a delay, I am now back. Let's see. Not surprising that she's in the same spot as before.
It's Dunyarzad's puppet. Traveler? You must be exhausted. Come to think of it, we've been stuck in this place for a really long time. Heck, even the last time we were chatting happily with Dunyarzad feels like an eternity ago. Paimon still remembers when we were sitting here, and the way her eyes sparkled when she talked about Milu's Dance of Sub-Zerus.
There will always be frustrations in life, but I know that the point of living is not to leave behind any regrets.
That was what the real Dunyarzad said, wasn't it? Does that mean...
Yes, Traveler. What is it?
Oh, so she's still just a puppet. But just now, how come... What? Where are we going this time?
How are we gonna do that? Unless we're gonna, like, break, like, something. We're gonna fight someone. I'm not fighting the lamppost. Imagine if the lamppost was the final boss. Oh, well, there's Bratty McGee over here.
If you continue to resist, we will have to order an investigation into every single event organizer. The Grand Sage has already granted you much leniency. I advise that you exercise tact.
How did things turn out like this? Traveler? You don't have to get involved. He's a sage from the academia. I don't want to drag you into this.
Oh, trust me, he dragged me into this when he decided it'd be a good idea to trap me in here.
Traveler.
Traveler? What the heck are you doing? If you get arrested by the academia, that's another day gone to waste.
How are they gonna arrest me? They don't have visions. Just a bunch of nerds.
Wait, they're not reacting. Have they been scared stiff? Oh, of course! If this is the sage's plan, they wouldn't put themselves through this.
That, or they legitimately are terrified.
So they're just substitutes.
So they have no way of stopping us. Good.
What is this? What happened to the Grand Sage and his entourage? Like I said, they symbolize the goddess of flowers. It's just a shame that all the real Padisaras went extinct after her death.
Yes. The Greater Lord brought forth new Padisaras in memory of the goddess of flowers. But she ultimately could never truly replicate that beautiful shade of purple.
That beautiful shade of purple. Aren't these flowers real Padisaras? Just like the ones from the legend? I didn't even notice. Dunyarzad, did you find these?
But didn't you just say all the real flowers went extinct after the goddess of flowers passed away? So, how?
Yeah. What's going on here? Huh? You guys are acting weird. But okay, I'll try. Hey!
Ding ding ding! We got our answer, boys.
So Nilu's the host. What a surprise!
Not really, I was suspecting that that may be the case, as they're the one... She seemed to be the one that they hated the most.
Purple Padisaras don't exist in the real world anymore. But in Nilu's subconscious, they can appear as decorations on the stage.
What a bunch of idiots to get something that subtle wrong. You would have thought that how smart they were, they would actually never miss any tiny little detail.
It's just like the example Nahida told us. People assumed there will be food on a plate, and Nilu assumed there would be real Padisaras in the flower pots. So when you saw the flowers, you instantly knew it was Nilu?
Yep.
But if we want to end the samsara, we need the host to become aware that they're dreaming.
Well, clearly they already are.
How should we make Nilu realize that?
They aren't real flowers. Well, they aren't anymore.
Am I dreaming?
Yes, it's obvious.
Huh?
So I'm right. Is this Lesser Lord Kusanali responding to our celebration of the Sabzeruz festival?
No, it's the Academia being a bunch of butthurt buttholes.
Wrong guess, but you aren't completely wrong either. The point is, what made you think this is a dream? As far as you know, people in Sumeru don't dream, right?
Yeah, but have you heard the tale of the first sage? To prevent a calamity, he went on a journey to find the Dendroarchon.
Ooh, sounds familiar. Dunyarzad told us a story like that when we first arrived in Sumeru City. So it was about the first sage, huh?
Yep, but in the part you heard, he hadn't become the first sage yet. There's more to the story. His piety and wisdom were acknowledged by the Dendroarchon, and she finally gave her blessing to him. All kinds of spectacular scenes appeared in front of the first sage, as if all the knowledge in the world was being painted onto a canvas right before him. He was captivated. After who knows how long, he mastered all the knowledge he could comprehend. Afterward, he said to the Dendroarchon, "I miss my parents, my wife, and my children. I've been away from home for far too long. They must be worried." The Dendroarchon smiled. The next second, the sage found himself lying in his bed, as if he had just woken up from a dream. His wife, lying next to him, said, "You're off to search for the Dendroarchon today, aren't you? Have a safe journey, my love." In the end, the first sage took care of many disasters in Sumeru City, and founded the Academia. What a happy ending.
So, the first sage was dreaming ever since the beginning of the story? He never went on his journey?
That seems like kind of a big cop-out to me.
Yes. But his faith and determination were conveyed to the Dendro Archon, so she blessed him in the form of a dream.
Paimon understands where you're coming from now. That's a really interesting connection. But we really gotta wake up soon, like the sage in the story.
Yeah, or we're all dead.
I see. Well, it just so happens that today's Sub-Zero's festival is almost over too. Since we're in a dream, let's make this final dance of Sub-Zero's as beautiful as we can.
Now watch, it's gonna beep again. Unless she already has...
The wait is over, everyone.
She
I
already has
dedicate
full
this to our
control.
god, the dance of Sub-Zero's.
I'd be lying if I said I had no regrets. I would have loved to see Nilou's dance.
She not only did the dance, but also deconstructed this thing from the ground, from the top down, at the same time. That's impressive. If I didn't know any better, she was also an Archon.
Oh, good morning, traveler. Oh, Paimon feels like she's been asleep for the longest time. Paimon's head feels super heavy. Did we oversleep? Do you even remember going to sleep last night? Paimon thinks it was after the Sub-Zero's festival. The Sub-Zero's festival! Have we finally escaped from the Sub-Zero samsara? Quick! Take off your Akasha terminal!
Well, if it ended, then she wouldn't be here.
She's not in her room. What happened? Huh? What usual spot?
What do you mean, what usual spot? There was only one. Never mind, because it's not the same place. I would have thought it would have been there, because that's more obvious. Because that's at the beginning of every cycle, that's where we found her. I'll be.
Well done, traveler and Paimon.
I knew it!
And thank you, Dunyarzad, for organizing the Sub-Zero's festival for me.
I'm sorry, who are...
Dunyarzad! You're okay! Oh, don't scare us like that!
Dang. Can't believe she was underestimating her own powers. She literally cheated death. She literally brought someone back from the dead through a dreamscape that was deleting itself. If I didn't know any better, that's probably a more impressive feat than cleaving an entire mountain and snake in half. And it was a big snake, too.
Oh, Traveler Paimon, I have something amazing to tell you. I just had a dream, and I saw Nilou performing the dance of Subzerus.
I love that it's in quotations.
You're actually Nahida, aren't you? Paimon felt like Catherine was acting weird when we met at the Subzerus festival.
Yeah, obviously.
And Dunyarzad, did you save her?
It's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her. Her consciousness is still weakened. Let's chat somewhere else. How about by the Traveler's favorite bench?
Is she still infected? God, I hope not. Question is, why were they even doing this in the first place? They didn't really have a reason. My best guess is they were using it as a means to harvest, like, enough willpower or something to create delusions. Or at least on a larger scale, considering I trashed their last operation. It's the only place I haven't seen much Fatui activity from. So in all honesty, it might not even be them.
Let's talk about Dunyarzad first. It's such a relief that she's alright.
After we parted on the last day of the Subzerus festival, I left the city and saw what the Traveler had described. Among the countless dreams, I found one that was growing fainter and fainter. This proved my suspicion. Once Dunyarzad could no longer bear the Akasha harvesting her dreams, her consciousness began to dissipate. But this also meant it escaped the Akasha's control. Such a small fragment of consciousness can't last for very long, though. It will return to its original dream, where both will gradually fade until they completely disappear. I used all the power I had to keep her dying dream alive as long as possible, but it still wouldn't have lasted for much longer if it hadn't been for you two breaking the samsara.
So we did it just in the nick of time.
So it looks like we did manage to save Dunyarzad in the end. Not a moment too soon.
Huh? Why are you two smiling so happily? I thought you'd be so moved that you'd start crying. I need to spend more time observing human emotions.
What, you saying it's a bad thing to do that?
Both are fine. Everyone reacts differently.
Alright, you two must have a lot of other questions for me, right? After all, you saved my faithful believer. As your reward, I will answer any and all questions.
At the Avidia forest, there was this incense that made the traveler fall unconscious and dream of a huge tree and a red sky.
You also heard someone's voice, right? It said world and forget me.
Yeah, so you do know! We've been wanting to ask you what that was about, and if the red sky was related to Conria.
It seems like the Traveler established a connection to Irminsul. That was a message left by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul. Perhaps her last memory before she died. As you two probably know,
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared after the disaster in Conria. The timings of these events do line up, so your suspicions are reasonable.
So, that makes them not accepting you as the true god even more insulting.
A message from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? We thought it was from the Scarlet King. The Scarlet King? That god who died even longer ago? Some present-day desert dwellers still worship him. You probably just heard some of their conspiracies. Okay, so what does the message mean? I still haven't managed to decipher it. Even the Akasha isn't currently capable of doing that. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul seems to be contaminated with something that has a very dangerous aura to it.
Well, how do we get rid of that?
Many devoted scholars go mad as soon as they connect their consciousness. I've warned the Academia about this many times, but people still keep falling victim to it. But I believe this is the key to saving Irminsul. That's why I've kept trying to decipher it. So the tree in the vision was Irminsul? Oh, Tainari also said that Irminsul is sick! Is it because of the contaminated consciousness? But even if you can't figure out what that vision was all about, it seems like our search for you was all in vain.
Doesn't matter because we literally found you anyway.
The Traveler wasn't affected after coming in contact with that consciousness. I've never seen anyone like that. With you here, we may have a chance at deciphering it.
Your leg is twitching like crazy.
No, we must decipher its secrets. I've already eliminated all other factors that might affect Irminsul. This is the only one left. This puzzle has life and death at stake. It could determine Irminsul's fate, as well as Tevat's. To be accurate, I'm using the Akasha as a medium to occupy Catherine's consciousness. How did you do that? Poor Catherine. Does this mean you can also occupy other people's consciousnesses?
You could have just done that to me and only been like a kind of like Jarvis or something.
Theoretically, I can enter anyone's mind as long as they're wearing their Akasha terminal. The Akasha is the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. As Lesser Lord Kusanali and the first Akasha terminal, my consciousness has always been linked to the Akasha. I've always respected my people's free will, so I've never actually occupied their consciousness. When necessary, I just borrow this bionic Snezhnayan puppet.
I knew it! I knew she was a machine.
Hold on. Did we just learn some deep, dark secret? So Catherine is... No wonder Paimon felt something was off about her. What about your own body? Why do you need to borrow other people's? Don't you live in the sanctuary of Surasthana? That story begins a long time ago. After Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared, the sages found my newly born self and took me back to Sumeru. At that time, I was young and weak. The sages kept me in the sanctuary of Surasthana, ostensibly for the sake of protecting me. But I've hardly heard from them since. However, I do understand that they had hoped to find Greater Lord Rukkhadevata instead of me, a symbol of her passing. So, the sages basically put their new Archon under house arrest? How dare they! Why don't you teach them a lesson, Nahida? In some ways, they aren't wrong. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was omniscient and omnipotent. Even after her death, the Akasha is still empowering this nation.
Well, clearly considering you're able to manipulate it to such a big degree, that means that you are, in essence, the same.
And I'm still really far away from being able to call myself the God of Wisdom. Moreover, the Academia is also more proficient at governing this country. My existence has little meaning.
You're a lot more reasonable than one of them. One of them is outright almost always drunk and broke, and then the other is reasonable, but also broke. So by far, you're the most logical and reasonable one.
Yeah, you got a lot of believers. Just look at the Sub-Zero's festival. Everyone who showed up truly loves you. Thank you for the kind words. But I honestly don't need physical freedom as long as I can connect my consciousness to the Akasha. Trying to find a way to save Irminsul is my life's mission and top priority. I will work on that, and try to live up to being a deity in the meantime. Every once in a while, I will also take up the duties of the God of Wisdom and enlighten a lost soul here and there. Doing all that should be enough. There's never been any big problems with the Academia's governance of Sumeru. This is the first time I've seen them step out of line.
So clearly, they aren't in control anymore.
I wonder what caused them to go down this path, and what they hope to achieve.
Power, knowledge, money, all three of them.
Even though the city's residents haven't noticed anything strange, if the Traveler hadn't broken the Sub-Zero's samsara, the situation could have become dire. I tried to do some investigating in the Akasha, but I couldn't find anything suspicious. And all the people of interest seem to purposely avoid wearing their Akasha terminals.
Well, then we can clearly keep Al-Haytham off of our suspicions, considering he does wear his.
I think they're deliberately trying to hide something. Oh, that reminds Paimon. In Gandharvaville, there was a sage who had invited Kainari to join some kind of project. Could it be related? Regardless, I need to first investigate the sage's motives, make things right, and punish them if needed. But I'll have to be discreet, or they'll see me coming.
Well, then why not let someone else do it? They wouldn't... I'm the last person they would expect.
You mean how the Akasha stops you from having dreams? Yeah, it's been such a long time. No one's noticed something's up? It's not that no one noticed. It's more like no one cared. Ultimately, it's all rooted in the sage's misdirection. Misdirection? The sage has convinced everyone to believe that being unable to dream is a sign of rationality and wisdom. Not dreaming is a badge of honor in Sumeru. Even if the truth is that their dreams are being reaped by the Akasha. With their propaganda in place, the sages can maximize their use of the Akasha to facilitate their research. Besides, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata must have created the Akasha in the hopes that it could be used to its full potential. That's why I've never come out strongly against this. Anyway, the perspective advocated by the sages drowned out any voices of doubt. By now, even those who never use Akasha terminals find it too shameful and embarrassing to talk about their dreams. Got it. I hope my answers were satisfactory, seekers of knowledge. To be honest, maintaining Dunyarzad's fading dream took a lot of mental energy. I think I may need to rest for a while. Oh, and you don't need to worry too much about the sage's activities for now. The Akasha won't be able to conduct another project on the scale of the Sub-Zero's samsara in the immediate future.
Yeah, and all we have to do to avoid doing that is just not wear the dang thing.
Go and get some sleep. Leave everything to us. What a relief. This is truly the most exhausting birthday I've ever had.
Traveler? Paimon? Why am I here? Do either of you know?
Maybe you were sleepwalking. You know you can't wake up a sleepwalker. We happened to walk by, so we thought we'd wait for you to wake up.
Wait a minute, now my eyes are orange again. Before they were dark blood red almost.
I see. Huh. I should visit my maintenance personnel sometime. Oh, I'm fine. I better go. Thank you.
What is that, like, hole in the back of their neck, like a wind-up thing? Spring-powered. Just stick a hand crank there, like... Who the heck is that? This is out of nowhere. Oh, it's a side quest. Is this actually a part of, like, the main... No, that's actually the last of the story stuff for now. I think. Let's see. How do I find that? Ah, here we go. Let's see. Who was this? Oh, yeah, it was the, this thing. Remember that. That was actually the last story thing until this. Okay, so that was the Jade Chamber. That was the introduction to the chasm. Okay, so there was 2 parts released. We didn't even get to get any knowledge on our sister yet, so clearly that's happening in the next section, which will probably be in another 2 months. Actually, like a month and a half, probably, if logic dictates it. Typically, a update comes out every 2 banners, I believe, and each banner is like 20 days, so I think we're on like 14 days till like the end of this one, so not that long anymore. Concerning thing is, we got 2 parts as opposed to 1. So how many parts were there at Unizuma? Okay, so that was... Which one was this? Okay, so that was like before we got there. This was when we got there. Which one was this? Okay, so then this is when he got the thing happened to him. Okay, so then this was the end. So there's going to be either 3 or 4 parts, but considering there is a massive desert, I'm thinking there's going to be 2 parts. What is that, Corinne? Probably not even an hour. I think I got some... Yeah, I got plenty of time to keep on going. Do I want to do that? What do I want to do now that the story stuff is over? Probably that, because I want to have like a... I do want to have some new characters, especially one with a new vision type. Okay, so I need to do that. Oh, I get a new kind of camera. Is it like a... like, exclusive thing? Ah, it can only be used there. Okay, well then... Let's see, wait, do I have enough, primos for wishing? I do. Do I want to go with this or not? What is my history looking like? What's my last 5-star? Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 on each page. So 5 times 7. Yeah, it's very unlikely that I'm gonna get anything good. Might as well. It'll get me closer to getting pity. Now watch me get a 5-star. Well, I got that. Wonder what it is. I was hoping it would be a new one, or one that I don't have. Oh well. This means I'm more likely to not get that one next, I think. I think that's how the pity system works. I should probably look into it. All I know is that every 90 you're guaranteed a 5-star. And like every 180 you're guaranteed to get the one on the banner. But it resets, I believe, every banner. So it's slightly more like ludicrous if you're a free-to-play like me. Oh! Today I should be able to actually, do some leveling with this. Or was it yesterday? I might have had to have done it yesterday, I think. I don't know. Let's see. No, today. Okay, so it's not yet discovered. Where is it? Okay, what domain do I need? Witticism. Let's see if I can find this. Okay, domain only. Ignorance, solitary, abject pride. Does it not exist? Or is it... Maybe it's in one of those areas. Because there is some sections that don't show that there is a, statue, but there is. I don't know if it's like a bug or not. It might be. There was something around here. Oh, well, there's one of those things that I need. Might as well, while I'm over here, grab that. There's a waypoint over there. There's a bunch of those things. Don't want to wake them up, despite me being able to quite easily take them. Should be able to get that with Venti. Or this. Nope. You gotta be dead center. Oh, maybe I have to... Does that do anything? Hold on. I need to check this. Stone pillar. Okay, those are bad guys. Elements, system, adventure. It should be somewhere here. Probably near the bottom. Yeah, here we go. Let's see. Ah! Electro. That's what I need to do. Good thing I always have one. There we go. That's way more. That was a lot of airtime. Yeah, see, there's one over there. I'd say it would be a good idea to have Sayu on the party, but, she don't do good with verticality. I could swap out Zhongli for Goro to make me more efficient with stamina usage. as I think that's one of his, like a secret passive. I don't really know how all it works. All I know is he likes climbing, and it seems like whenever I'm climbing with him in the party, I can climb more. Oh, it's more of the Monty Gators. I like the fact I'm not even calling them crocodiles. In fact, I don't even think they are crocs. Crocs have the longer and more narrow snout. Those have fat and short snouts. So it is probably a gator being misidentified, especially with that tail. That looks like an American alligator. Actually, this area is based off the Middle East, so it's more likely it's a Nile croc. It is a fictional universe, though, so it very well may be a hybrid of the two. I don't know for certain, though. Okay, where is the Dendrocus? Up there. Where is you at? Where is it? Is it below? Where is it? I thought I saw it. It should be right here. Must be a cave. Is it a cave entrance? Nope. I can go for that one later. That's a lot of crocs. They even move like them. That's the first whopper flower I've seen in this entire area. Are those... Is that a person or a tiger? I can't tell.
Scatter!
Ooh, I think I'm doing more damage. Maybe not. Did it just bubble itself? I think it did. Oh, you want some?
Propagate!
Shotgun. I need to make that stronger. Maybe find something that can make it so that way the more I hit, the more likely it is to
I'm getting sick of
get the cooldown to shrink. As good as the Favonius stuff is, I would prefer to be able to use my E skill as much as possible. Because I think it stuns smaller targets and does serious damage to larger ones, as well as leaving behind an explosive. So it would be handy for both offensive and defensive stuff. What is all that? I've been very negligent when it comes to exploring other areas, like village-looking things, as I don't want to, like, trigger something. This looks like it's going to be important later on, considering there's more of these guys. Ooh, pig. I hate how even if you kill it first, it can still land a hit on you. Okay, now where is that? There it is. Well, gotta go through here. Is it a ceiling? Yes, it is. Go for that instead. Because at least that'll make me closer to getting an achievement. Actually, 2. Because it'll also open up a chest. Normally. This is actually the closest that we've gotten to that. And now it doesn't even look like a 2D image anymore from here. It looks like it's actually there, but I know it's not, because that's a part of the skybox. Is it just gonna be a chest? Nope.
A reward on the road.
Good stuff. Why are these idiots in here? Yoink. Ow. Oh, that failed horribly. What are they doing here? Those are supposed to not be outside of Inazuma. What the heck is it doing here? Did it just take it? Oh god, my
Brace
health.
yourselves. Time for takeoff.
Damn, those
Stabilize.
things do bleed things. I think this is like the one, like, area that has had the least necessary combat sections. And the only one that doesn't have a sleep section yet.
Solidify.
Despite me thinking that it was only one second. I'd say I'm disappointed if I don't like those sections. As I always expect to do it. Thankfully, those are the first things that people cover. I just realized I don't even have the shield up anymore, and I'm using health more to the bleeding for some reason. Okay, now where the heck is this last thing, or is it dead? It is. There we go. So what could you move during those cutscenes? I mean, it's not a cutscene, it's a scripted event.
Unsolicited, and all the more valuable for it.
Do I have a key? Because if I do, I would like to open that. Let's see, where are my keys? Would they be here? No, that would not be where they are. They would be here. Okay, so I have only one for there. I have one of these. Yeah, I'll save those until I get, like, 6 more of them, maybe. I should probably restock on those. And there's one of these things. There's only one of these that I'm missing. I know where it is, but I can't get in there. Because the switch is on the opposite side. And I know how to get in it, but it won't let me.
Following orders.
Why are they guarding, like, such a high-quality chest? There's, like, 4.
Stabilize.
Meanwhile, a common chest was guarded by a rune breaker. Well, I mean, to be fair, these guys have done more damage to me than the rune grader did, so that's something.
I'll be back.
Unsolicited, and all the more
Oh, that's
valuable
why.
for it.
Because it's one of those. I don't even use the Serenity Pod. I know I should, but I don't. What the heck is this? Now that shows up. Should probably go there. Maybe it'll shed some light on it. This is like the third thing I've seen that's like a shrine. Where's this gonna take me? Oh, it takes me in here. Show me your secrets, floating one. Okay, this looks like Aberration. Like, with all the blue. Like, the grass is literally a greenish blue, with blue glowing mushrooms. That is literally one of the zones in Aberration. And it's
Certainly
the
worth
second
the
most
extra mile.
dangerous. So we had the one area which was still dangerous, but looked inviting. Then we had this area, which so far is not hostile, but it probably will be. And then there's just pure death. I spoke too soon, there is danger. Who is that? What is this? Why is there another Regis Vine? Thunderclap. Oh, isn't that the thing that he says when he's using Electro and he uses his E ability? I think that's... he says something like that. I don't really remember. I only used it once while fighting the Shogun for the first time. Never again. Second time I fought her, used Geo and curb stomped her. Gameplay-wise, I could have probably won the fight. Because I could just keep dodging. And I was heavily abusing shield mechanics. And healing. I think I'll ignore this. Ooh, I gotta check to see if I can find a... Is this it? No, that's not it. So, then it's in one of these two areas. So I'll teleport over to there. Isn't this what I need? Okay, so Teachings of Ingenuity. Is that not what I need? Let me check. Guide to Ingenuity.
Where do you want to go?
Let me check that again. That's so weird. Why does it say that it's not been unlocked? Is that like a bug? It must be. Oh well. Wasn't hard last time. All I knew was Zhongli and I just burp stomped everything. I'd say it'd be a good idea to do that, but I'm not going to. I'm not that stupid. I think I'll do like 2 rounds of this and stop the recording for the night. Do some off-cam grinding. I may record if I start finding more interesting stuff, but as it seems right now, it's a pain in the neck to just do short-form stuff. Because I can't pause and unpause this stuff like I can with OBS. To any aspiring content creators, when you're doing this, do not use Outplayed as your primary recording software unless you're doing FPS-style games. It doesn't like this kind of thing. And when you stop the recording, it lags for like 2 minutes straight where you can't do anything.
Order guide.
No matter how quick the recording is. The quality of the picture is god-awful, as well as my picture, so you probably can't even hear me.
Solidify.
Can't help it, normally I'm really quiet unless I'm trying to be loud.
Inazuma shines eternal!
Another child gets overrun soon.
There is no escape!
Him and Kusanali are the only two that I really want to get my hands on soon. Maybe Xiao. I wouldn't mind having him. And Ayaka.
Shine down!
Ironically, the ones that I want most have the most functionality and play the most different from every other character.
Gather.
Actually, Child with like, I want to be able to like combo in the Zhongli shield. And go mad. I just feel like a berserker. Just go ham. Will probably be some kind of catalyst healer. So I could use her for cooldown for the Child's melee stuff and heal the entire party.
Solidify.
Yeah, maybe go I don't know. Rating this ability. Little discrepancies in the damage output.
Stabilize.
Illusion shattered!
It is pushing me into the floor.
I will have order.
Stop trying to send me into the back rooms, you flying demon. Just think about trying to do style this. Have a bigger pool of primo gems to work with at any given point. Because I think that if my math is correct, completing it 100% each month gives you roughly 10 pulls? No, not 10, 20 pulls. So like you get 20 guaranteed pulls a month. That's pretty decent. Definitely bolster it. God, I hope at some point I can get all this stuff sorted out with my computer so I can go back to recording normally. Probably easier for me to just record on the Oculus.
Solidify!
Send it over here.
Order guide you!
One process to send it.
Brace yourselves.
Problem is I don't really have any... Did that even do damage? I don't think it did.
Think you can get
I've
away?
been scammed. I would like to file a complaint with Satan.
There is no
Where is my
escape.
damage?
Gather!
Germinate!
Also, pro tip, if you want to use someone special really quickly without having to directly switch them, hold Alt and their number.
Now you shall
And it
perish.
will auto-use it. Switch. And because of that, you can just immediately switch over to a new one.
Time for
Cooldown
takeoff.
ends.
This is order!
I hit number 3 twice by mistake. Someone who can
Solidify!
competently do it could probably do it better than me. I learned this from a YouTube video, so do not credit me as the original discoverer. Not that anyone would.
Gather!
Guarantee you half the time more. And I might probably need it. Or just keep quiet.
Stabilize!
It's a problem with OBS audio. I just can't, like, it doesn't record the visual. The audio is just fine. And it's, I can't edit for the life of me, so I'm not just gonna, like, record with something else for the visuals and then splice up the audio of OBS. It's too much work. Especially how fast I have to put out content before I get
I
burnt
will
out.
have order!
Gotta put out as much as possible before I get burnt out. Or lose the interest in the content I'm making. Luckily, something like this has a decent amount of replay value, as it almost always has something to do. Okay, let's see how many upgrades I can do with that. And then I will end this for today. I may not upload any more Genshin until the next update or event. Well, I probably will cover, like, any and all quests that, like, I don't think are, like, meaningless. Like, if I find that it's, like, an interesting thing, I will probably try to record it. And story quests,
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Yeah, that's one reason why I always have the Traveler in my party. So that if I'm alt-tabbed or AFK trying to do something, I don't have to listen to voice lines like that constantly. For hearing it for like the 45th time, it gets really annoying. What am I doing? I should do it with this. That barely increased it, and now I need more. And those aren't even available today. When's the next time I can get it? Tomorrow. Okay, good. Here, upgrade that again. Can I upgrade it again? No, because I need those. Okay. Well, I'm upgraded as much as possible. What the heck does that even do? Oh. That's really good. Okay, I'll have to wait for tomorrow to do that. I can do that whenever. What about here? It's also tomorrow. So we'll do the same with that one. Let's see, what do I need here? I got enough of those. Level 70. Oof. Would it even be a level 70 for me? Okay, I need more of those. Those are also tomorrow. And presumably the same for this one. Yep. I think I could try and fight that thing. I haven't done it in a while. He is Cryo. And I believe Cryo is weak to Electro. I wish there was a waypoint closer. Because that one, you can't get to it from. So you gotta go all the way down there, and then go all the way back up. It's really annoying. Wrong way. I'm not certain what area is going to be next. The only thing that we know for certain is that, Shneznaya, or however it's pronounced, that's going to be last, for obvious reasons. And I'm hoping at that point we get to see more of Child, because as much of a nuisance he is, and a wild card, and pretty dangerous, he is pretty funny to me. Annoyingly, though, he's probably the most likely one to die out of any of the characters. That said, it's not like they can just remove him from the character roster and make it so people can't play as him, because that will cause public backlash like crazy. God dang it, it's only level 63. Oh well, it'll give me practice dealing with him.
Stabilize!
That did more damage than I was expecting.
Scatter! Spring forth! Shine down!
I thought he was way tankier than this. Sure, he's level 63, but still.
Absurd!
Oh. He has low health, high damage. So pretty much the opposite of his. Actually, no, he has high health and high damage.
Solidify! This is order!
Oh, I hate this section. Sometimes it looks like you dodge, but you don't. So it's best to wait last second and try to, if possible, just only dodge towards it, if necessary. Or just do that. Because the dodge itself actually, like, makes you invulnerable. I nearly did an oopsie. Oh, I forgot it did this. I forgot it did this. This is normally where I go. Oh wait, that was before I had him. So I should be fine as long as I keep using shield. And don't run out of stamina. Or get slowed down like this.
Stabilize!
Yahoo!
Why does that never do damage now?
Illusion shattered!
Like, both times I've used that on something, it doesn't do anything.
shines eternal!
Yeah, most of my tactics involve just button spamming and abusing the shield. I doubt I get anything decent for that. I stand corrected. Ooh. If I don't already have that on Zhongli, that could actually be really good. What does this do? Oh yeah, that's the stuff that converts it. Do I actually have one of those things? Nope. I think I have one for child that I can convert to increase... What the heck was that? What the heck is that thing? I'm gonna dome it. How did I miss? Oh wow, that did a lot of damage. I'm gonna keep doing this. Never mind, because he just buzzed off like that. Probably should have been up there before I aggroed him. Did he drop anything? I didn't even read what it said. Yep, nothing. I think that was like a mysterious one. I think that's what that was. Oh, that's where I'm gonna end this off. Hopefully, I'm going to be doing more of this. Probably not tomorrow or the day after, though, because those are pretty busy days. Problem is, less and less time before school starts, and once that happens, I'm going to have really no time at all. As apparently school life is more important than actually having my own life. Which I find absolutely ridiculous. With that, I sign off.